Before we begin, I'd like to thank the following members for joining my channel and helping support the community grow more and more. Thank you so much. If you would like to become a member, make sure to push the join button beside the subscribe button. And here comes the video. Hey guys, Oliver Windows here, and today I am back with another video. And today what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm actually going to be starting another new series. And what is this series, you might ask? Well, basically, I'm going to be going around and trying to find, like cool little things I could find, at like, say, thrift stores or yard sales or, places like Goodwill or, other thrift stores and stuff like that. I'm not too certain on the title right now, but by the time I upload this video, you guys can see the title because, it's uploaded. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first, I'm going to be showing off all the, technology that I've found, I guess. And by technology, I mean, actual hardware-related stuff. So the first item that I got, I actually got for free. This was at a church. They were doing some, free clothing giveaway stuff, and they had some other items scattered around, and, you can get free clothes and all that stuff, so I just went there to see what they might have, and I saw this thing. So at first, I actually didn't grab it. I didn't really know what it was. I just sort of was like, it's some cheap piece of junk. But towards the end, whenever I was about to leave, I went and looked at it closer, and I noticed this Kodak label right here on it, and I was like, wait a minute. This says Kodak. Isn't that like a camera company type thing? So I looked closer into it, and I pulled it out, and, when you first look at it, it just looks like it's a dock, to charge something, And I was like, is this some sort of, I don't know, what are they called? The things for your iPods. You can plug your iPod there and, play music out of it and stuff. But I managed to look closer, and it's got, different stuff on it. It says color science. It's got one touch. I don't know. And it's got a printer button there. So I was like, wait. This is a printer? So this is the Kodak EasyShare system. It's a very old device. It's the Kodak EasyShare Printer Dock Series 3. This is actually a pretty old device. I don't actually know exactly how old it is, but they don't make it anymore. But as you can see, it's got printer qualities on it. The paper would go in there. You connect a dock to it and whatnot. But I'll go ahead and pull the other stuff out here. So this is the box it was supposed to come in. It was already kind of folded up like this originally, or whenever I found it. So I'll just set that right there. And this is, for some reason, I pulled this thing out. Well, it's got two cables. There we go. I actually pulled this thing out to look at it a little bit, and I was looking at this thing. I was like, what the heck? What is this even meant for? This is definitely not meant to go to the printer. This was just a random cable that they just threw in there. I guess they didn't want. Because see, there's only two ports on the back of this thing. But the other cable in here is the typical charging adapter, which is nice. I'm glad to see they had that. But it also came with the USB adapter as well to plug into your computer. The only thing that's missing is the freaking camera. Oh, actually, there's two things missing. It's the actual camera to this, but it's also missing the paper dock that goes on the back. This thing does not work without that dock for whatever reason. I can't put the paper in the back and let it print like that. It requires the dock, because you can print stuff from your desktop onto this thing without having a camera. But I tried it. It plugs in, the lights come on, and they go back off because there's no dock on it. Because I did some research on it while I was waiting, but. Let's see, what else is in this? Pull this out of here. Put this on off to the side. So you got your start here instructions, basically telling you to install the software first before you plug it in. You got your discs and stuff like that. We don't have to really look into this right now. Then you got this part, which is just another dock for a different Kodak camera that can go on there. As you can see, it has this already on it. I don't really feel like pulling it off, but it's got a little plastic thing on there. But it also has this stuff, which is just a pack of paper. It actually has this actually came with paper for this thing. It just doesn't have the dock that goes with it. So we got more paper here. But then I was greeted with 3 different CDs. And I was very confused. So there's this one, the Kodak EasyShare version 6, which is typically, it comes with all the drivers and stuff for this printer. And then you're greeted with another Kodak EasyShare version 6. It's kind of blocked off, but because the back isn't folded right, but it's the same exact CD. You're also greeted with Kodak EasyShare version 4.0.4 for Windows or 4.0.5 for Mac, which is kind of weird. I guess this the person that donated this is a big fan of Kodak, so they had just a bunch of Kodak stuff flying around. But it also comes with the Kodak EasyShare camera manual user's guide, which is really nice. So this is what the camera is supposed to look like. It's kind of, as you can tell, it's old. I mean, it doesn't really have that many features on it or anything. I'm not really going to go through here, but this paper in here is also pretty old too. It's pretty yellowed. But it's also got the user's guide for the dock as well. And it says in here about the missing paper dock, because you can see right here, this dock does not have this like plastic thing going around it. So clearly it's missing that. So yeah, if you would like me to, I can try to order a paper dock for this thing just to see if I can get it working, if anyone is interested. But alright, now that that's done, let's go ahead and pack that all back up. Alright, so the next item on this list is an item I actually didn't even look into. I didn't open this or anything like to see if it even worked. But I was at a Goodwill. It was either Goodwill or Carm stores, I don't exactly remember, but I saw this and I was like, what the heck is this? This is neat. I see like a YouTube logo down here, but it also says VHS to DVD. And I'm like, what? How old is this? Or how new is this? I don't know, it's kind of weird. But it's a Tech VHS to DVD 4.0 HD, easy to use video conversion solution. So I don't know, apparently it's got like a PSP on there, or an MP3 player, or an iPod, HD TV ready, HD edit, and YouTube. Which is this right there. YouTube is what threw me off. Again, I haven't done much research into this thing. The box is kind of damaged because they did not, pack it very well, but this is all the stuff that, like, it does. Like, it has its own video editor in here, which I'm assuming isn't a very good one. Yeah, okay, PSP. I think that's what I said. You can watch video on iPod/PSP. So it's old enough to be, where iPods were relevant, I guess. But it's compatible with Windows 7 there, which I forgot that was actually there. Here's the system requirements that it requires, I guess. Flip it on this side, you're greeted with this device. I don't know, it's like some sort of USB thing. But it has like bonus music conversion software. It's got S-video input and all this stuff. Again, I haven't opened this up.
Wait, pause just a second. Oliver Windows from the future here. I noticed there it has the S-video thing. I wonder if I could use this as a capture card. I never even thought about that. Okay, anyways, back to the video.
So I'm going to open it up on camera just to be surprised, see what all is in here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do that. I just noticed it's USB 2.0. But, alright, let's see. What all is in this box, and why is the box so badly damaged? Oh, okay, so that's what the USB thing was for. So you could plug in your, say your VHS player or whatever, and you can plug it into the computer. Well, that's nice. I wonder why this was donated. I hope everything is still in here. And we're greeted with barely anything. Would you look at that? Unless this right here is the VHS to DVD stuff. But, oh, hey, okay, no, I think everything's in here. Alright, so for some reason we have a USB male to USB female thing in here, I guess, to extend it. I guess that would make sense. You got your quick start guide, but for some reason this box is kind of large. I think it's supposed to have a manual with it too or something. Yeah, there's no use for this thing. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's your typical quick start guide. It's got the software installation stuff on there telling you what you could do. But you're also greeted with this. See, I didn't know this was in here. Oh, it has a product key on it too. I didn't know that this was in there because it was upside down. I thought it was just more paper. There you go. It has the Tech VHS to DVD
CD installation stuff right here. The product key's on the back of it. Hopefully it's not an online activation system, so I can, you know, use this product key whenever I want. But yeah, okay, well, that's that for this device. I don't understand why the box is so tore up over it, though. But put down in the comments if you guys would like me to, you know, do a little bit more, you know, a more longer video on this device. I think I have a VHS player in my shed, but I don't know if it works. I've never actually tested it, so no, I'll have to get another one from another thrift store, which I'm sure they have. I've seen them a lot whenever I was searching. But, alright, so let's go ahead and pack all this back up and move on to the next device. Alright, so next up, I've managed to find, I was sitting there looking for a long time. I always visited thrift stores and I always try to find nice old keyboards with the old Windows logo on it. So I have this really tiny keyboard. I mean, look at my hand. This thing is tiny. It's got the, but it has the Windows 9X/2000 logo on it, which is really freaking nice. And this keyboard is actually a really nice keyboard. You guys might have actually seen this keyboard in a previous video, but I figured, you know, go ahead and show it off because I got this from a thrift store. But it's like a compact keyboard. I didn't even know they made keyboards like this, but I guess that would make sense because it's, you know, 1990s, late 1990s or early 2000s. It's got the numlock key, but the numbers are actually a part of this, which I've only ever seen on laptops. I've never actually seen it on an actual keyboard before. But I've tested this, and every single key on here works, which is amazing. So yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and put this back and move on to the next device. Alright, so something else I managed to grab from a thrift store has actually been in a video previously, a fairly new one, but it was this. Go ahead and unplug this for now. So you got this, which is, you know, a subwoofer, and it has the controller on there. As you can see, there's the light. Flip it around, you got your subwoofer volume and the volume itself to turn it off or, you know, turn it up and down. But it also did come with two little speakers as well. And I've tested them. They actually work fairly well, especially for how old they are. I don't actually know how old they are. I've never heard of this brand before, Midiland. Or sorry, not Lad. Midiland. If you guys can help me find the date, or there's the serial number here, help me figure out when this, you know, help me figure out when these speakers were created. I would love to know. There's something rattling in here, but I've tested the subwoofer. It literally is fine. I didn't hear any problems with it. I had to buy a little, you know, plug for it as well. This thing takes a 10-volt plug, but the original plug didn't come with it. So they just had buckets full of random cables, and I was just searching around trying to find one that was at least 10 volts. And I found this one. It's a Motorola, and it's a 12-volt one, and I plugged it in. It turns on, everything works. It's very loud, so I know the voltage is a little bit higher than what it requires, but it works. And I've always done this with like old speakers like this. I just lost those speakers I've done it with. And of course, I have this aux cable. I just don't remember if I bought it or not. I don't think I did. And these things actually have a little bit of heft to them too, but that's probably just so they can actually, you know, stay on your desk. And unfortunately, I don't have a desk, so this always just sits at the computer. Alright, so that was the speakers. Let's go ahead and move on to the next device. Alright, so last on the actual physical hardware list is something that I just managed to grab because it actually looks really freaking cool. I plugged it in and turned it on, but I don't actually know if it 100% works. Let me show you what it is real quick. It is this. So what I have here is a Sony monitor, and I mean, look at this design. It's really neat. That's why I grabbed it, because it looks really cool. And again, I plugged it in and I turned it on, the screen came on, and it showed all the colors and whatnot, but I actually don't have a VGA cable to plug into this to see if it actually works. I do have a VGA cable. It's actually plugged into that monitor with a dead pixel, but when I unscrew it, it actually unscrews this bolt right here, and I just didn't want to, you know, deal with that right now. But the cool thing is it has these little holes here. I literally just now saw these. It's got these holes for, you can mount it, basically. You can mount it on, you know, like a mount. Yes, you can mount it on a mount. You can mount it on like a desk mount and probably on a TV too if you really wanted to. But let's go up here real quick. There you guys go. There's the serial number and some other miscellaneous stuff. It's the Sony SDM-HS75. I don't exactly know when this monitor was created. Oh, there it is right there. Manufactured April 2005. Oh, okay, so I was 4 years old probably when this came out. Wow. So that goes to show how old this is. This came out sort of right before Windows Vista was officially released, which is insane. But I mean, look at how this thing just sits, and it can like move up and down because this little back piece here is kind of like movable, but it'll stay with the weight. I don't know. It's really cool. I want to test this thing and get it to actually work. So that was it on the hardware side. Now we're moving on to the software side. Yeah, that's right. I got some actual software stuff too I found from... Actually, I don't know if it's considered a thrift store. It's kind of like a geek store. It's full of like books and lots of games and lots of consoles, and it's got a bunch of computers as old as Windows XP. They don't have anything older, unfortunately. I'm not going to say the name of it just because of how close it is from where I live, but it's a really, really neat store. Fortunately, I got every single piece of software from the store for $5 because they didn't put a price on them, and it's really freaking cool. I'm so happy about it. Well, actually, I don't think one of them was actually more expensive. I'm pretty sure, but the other three were $5 because they didn't have a price on them. Without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys what I got. So the first thing that I got is really cool to me. I got a McAfee VirusScan for Windows 95, the superior virus protection. Both Windows 3.1 and Windows 95 is included. I don't know why they said that, because I can guarantee you the actual operating system isn't on here. I think they just meant, you know, it's not included, or it's included for those versions. But how cool is this? McAfee VirusScan. I mean, I never really cared for McAfee, but back then it was actually a good virus tool. So that's one reason why I grabbed it. So here's the system requirements for it. A CPU capable of running Windows 95, and the storage is 1 megabyte. Same with Windows 3X. It also works on DOS 3.1 or greater, or OS 2 2.1 or greater. That's so cool. #1 virus detection and removal. Let's see what's on the other side. No, it's just more stuff on the top and the bottom. There you guys go. Let's flip it on the back. There's a lot of stuff on here to read that you guys can pause to read it. I don't really feel like it. I'll zoom it in a little closer. So I got McAfee VirusScan for Windows 95, and this thing actually has some weight to it too. And I'm pretty sure there's floppy disks in here and everything. So put down in the comments if you guys actually want me to like go through this and install it. But whenever you open it up, you're greeted with pretty much what all the weight was about. This freaking big book. Using VirusScan. It's literally in black and white. And these are actually very white too. This page itself is yellow, but the rest of them are actually very, very white. Of course, I'm not going to go through the... Whoa, what was that? Wait a minute. Hang on. What did I just see? Oh. Interesting. I think the previous owner highlighted this to help, you know, show what they needed to do to install this on Windows 3.x. It's got different instructions on how to install it. I'll definitely probably have to read this just because I'm too young to really know how to do this stuff. I'll probably have to like copy over files if I, you know, do some stuff, but I'll go ahead and skim through here, see if there's anything else that pops out like that. What was that? I thought I saw some pictures. I guess not. Never start your computer from an unknown diskette. That's so true. Don't do that. You might get a virus installed on it instantly. Oh, look, and the back has a little thing. I guess it's like yeah, it's feedback. It has like feedback mailing thing on there. I wonder if this actually still like exists, if this still works. If I can like fill this out and tear it out and mail it to them. I wonder if they can like reply or react in some way. Set this off to the side here. You know, this thing really looks like the Illuminati. Just saying. So, in the box, you got 3 floppy disks, which is not a very good sign. It might be missing some stuff. But on these floppy disks, you got McAfee emergency boot diskette. You got VirusScan for Windows 95 disk 1 of 1. And you got VirusScan for Windows disk 1 of 1. It doesn't actually say what Windows version. Let's see, what's the difference between the two? Oh, interesting. So the floppy disk on the left is version 2.0, but the floppy disk on the right is version 2.2.11. And it has a serial number with it. I wonder what that is. It also says Network Security Management. So I have a feeling that this might be missing some stuff. But if you guys would like me to go look through it, I definitely will. Just to see if these actually have everything required to install. But I'm pretty sure it's missing some stuff. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's go ahead and put those back in there. And move on to the next piece of software I have. Huh, wouldn't you believe it? McAfee VirusScan Deluxe Edition. Look at that shine. This time it doesn't have the triangle Illuminati look to it. It actually looks slightly more of its time, I guess. It doesn't look as, you know, cheap, and I don't know how to explain it, but... So it's got 70 million users worldwide. It eradicates viruses, it destroys threats from internet and email, and it's fast and easy to update. It also comes with first aid and PGP personal privacy. I'm not sure what that means. But this version is for both Windows 95 and Windows 98. And it says it also, it can only be installed on Windows 95, 98, or NT Workstation. And then it can be installed on 3.1, DOS, OS2. So for some reason it can't be installed on any version of NT unless it's Workstation, which is pretty interesting. But this doesn't even have the system requirements on the side of it like the other one did. Got some stuff down here, of course. Top of it. Oh, there's the system requirements. It's on the top this time. Okay. There you guys go. Modem or internet access for electronic downloads. CD-ROM drive. Dang, it requires quite a bit more. What's on the back? See, now this looks a little bit more like Windows XP, something you'd see in Windows XP. I'll go ahead and slowly move through this. You guys can pause to read it. There we go. And alright, let's open this up and see if everything is in here. I actually opened the other one up because I was, you know, seeing if everything was in there, and I thought that was everything, but now I'm not too sure. So we got some paper in here, some books and stuff. So you got this, it's still in black and white. Let's go ahead and skim through it. Whoa. I'm not sure what that says. I see $39.99 on it. Again, these papers are very white for some reason. There's actually pictures in here too to actually show you how to install it. Cool. Let's set this off to the side. So I just happened to look. I didn't actually look when I bought it. There's no programs in here. There they are. They were hiding behind something. Never mind. Alright, cool. Set this box off to the side and look through all this in a second. So you're greeted with this thing? I'm not exactly sure what this is. McAfee Office 2000 Pro. Sorry, you guys couldn't see that. So it has VirusScan, uninstaller. I guess it can uninstall programs you can't figure out how to uninstall. It has McAfee Utilities, Y2K Survival Kit. Oh my gosh. So this is pre 2000 era, like before. Yeah, okay, it's before Windows 2000. So, wow. I guess this could like help your computer know that it's, you know, the year 2000, because Y2K was really scaring everybody, because everyone's like, oh my god, as soon as it reaches 2000, all the computers are going to shut down and all that stuff. But cool. Man, they got a lot of stuff on here, don't they? Internet guard dog. Look at that, it's got a picture with a collar on it. Protects you and your family online. Alright, so there's that. Let's see, what else is there? There is the software retail registration agreement. Important, see reverse side for instructions on how to return this card. Okay. You can fill this out, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I'm actually not certain what this is for. Let's see. Is it just a normal registration card? Looks like it is. Huh, cool. You guys can pause to read if you can. Alright. So it's corporate headquarters. Huh. Set that there. Let's flip this around. What is this? It's your quick start card. So it tells you to insert the CD and run. Oh, you have to open the run dialog box. You have to open the run box. Cool, interesting. I may be a zoomer, but like, man, I like old stuff like this. So, okay, so what else you're greeted with is whatever the heck this is, I don't know. But you got your McAfee emergency boot diskette version 4. It kind of looks the same as the one in the other box. But you're also greeted with... Oh, okay, it was on the back of this, it just fell off. Gotcha. You're also greeted with this, McAfee VirusScan Deluxe, single user edition. Or, sorry, single user license. Let's pull this out, make sure not to touch it. I'm not sure what this on here is, this number. There's a phone number on there as well. There's Knoxville, Tennessee on it. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can actually see the text on here. It's kind of hard to see it. You guys can pause to read. So yeah, that's the program. Wow, it's not even hardly scratched at all. It's got some weird like ink mess up going on there. I hope that won't bother the installation. It actually might bother it. Let's see, can you guys see it on the camera? You guys can see a little bit down there. It's up here as well. Yeah, there you go. So hopefully that doesn't mess with it. That might have been why they got rid of it. Actually, no, they probably got rid of it because of how old it is. I'm still going to keep it, though, as a collector's item, even if it doesn't work. Let's go ahead and put all this back in here. And move on to the next program. So next up is something I actually didn't know existed. And when I saw it, I literally, all I saw on it was Microsoft. I was like, wait, what is this? So what I managed to find at this same store for $5... Microsoft Streets and Trips 2004. Obviously, it's 2023 now. This thing is about 20 or 19 years old. It definitely is not accurate anymore. Obviously, there's some stuff that's still accurate just because of how roads are. They've been the same for years. But there's also a bunch of new roads, so this literally would not be that accurate. So this is Microsoft Streets and Trips, #1 best-selling travel and map software. You got new and updated maps for US and Canada, get door-to-door directions with pinpoint accuracy, optimize your route for multiple destinations, find points of interest, restaurants, hotels, and more, plan your trip and calculate mileage, time, and fuel costs, import contacts from Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Excel, and real-time GPS support. Its data is provided by Navtech Onboard and GDT Geographic Data Technology. Interesting. It also includes Pocket Streets for your Pocket PC. I really want a Pocket PC. I've always wanted one. And now that I have this, I can actually put this and have, like, you know, run it. Run this on a Pocket PC. See, the side is the same thing. This side, right there. Designed for Microsoft Windows XP. 2000, Millennium, 98, and Windows NT. I don't know why they decided to include Windows in front of NT, but whatever. The bottom is system requirements. You guys are going to have to pause to read because there's a lot on here. "2003, that's how old this is. Oh, of course, it says 2004 on it. What? I forgot. Alright. The sticker on the bottom is done ripped, but the top one is still there. But it actually opens up, so before I open it up, it actually opens up like this. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of information on here. Look at that old Windows XP machine down there. This is probably like one of the heaviest parts of this whole box. I think you guys can see everything, so go ahead and pause if you guys want to read it. There we go. So I guess I'm going to open it from the bottom just because that's where the tape is ripped. Make sure I don't damage it. Come on now, don't rip on me, please. Oh, there you go. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. So we're greeted with like a DVD container type thing. And a little bit of paperwork. That's everything in the box. So we got... So the what you guys saw, it was kind of censored. This is a receipt. This is a receipt for a guy that bought this. And it was purchased on, let's see. It was purchased on August 12th, 2004. I'm not going to give too much away. Apparently there's a Microsoft thank you package that was also included on this. I guess it wasn't in here. This originally sold for $39.95 before taxes and shipping. After taxes and shipping, it was $49.11. So, fairly decent price, I guess. You know, it's an old software that was kind of rare to get. Again, I'm not going to show you anything on here unless there's stuff on here that is not going to have anything. So the back is okay, but it's just a return policy. There's nothing really important about it. I wonder why they kept the receipt in here. It has the guy's full name on here and the address. Of course, they probably don't live at that address anymore. But at least it doesn't share their phone number or anything. I'm still going to censor the entire thing just in case. Let's look at Microsoft Streets and Trips 2004. The back of it has installation instructions on it, I guess. Again, it tells you to use the run box, which is interesting. There's some copyright information. This is the side of it, and the rest of it's just black. So let's open this up. This thing is pretty thick. Why is it so thick? Oh, okay, I see why. Alright, let's go ahead and before we just look at what else is in here, let's look at the paper that's in this, if I can get it out. Come on, there you go. So you got Microsoft Streets and Trips 2004, tips for trips. I'll just go ahead and go through this. You guys can pause and read it, and I might point out something I find interesting. This ain't no Google Earth, that's for sure. There's your Pocket PC. And the Pocket PC actually does have a GPS in it, which is interesting. Plan your route with Streets and Trips. Get on the map with a Navman GPS. You got the I series for iPad Pocket PCs, the C series for CF-based Pocket PCs, and E series for notebook PCs. Interesting. And last page, because there's more to life, Microsoft. Oh, look at all these little different boxes I can have. Got money and Carta, the one that I have, and works. Sweet. Not certain what's in there. The back is just an end user license agreement. Alright, let's put that back. So, this thing actually comes with 2 discs. So the first disc we have here is the setup disc. Do not make illegal copies of this disc. If this isn't on archive.org, I most likely am going to archive it, just so you guys can look into it yourself. I don't know if this is how it works, but I don't see a product key anywhere. Alright, let's put this off to the side here. The other one is the run disc, which is pretty interesting. I guess the other one copies it, and this is what you use to actually use the program, which is sucks, obviously. But I'll definitely archive both of those if they're not on the archive already, both the install and the run. So yeah, that was Microsoft Streets and Trips. Alright, we got one more piece of software to go through, and I'm really freaking excited to show you guys this. We got a real Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition Service Pack 2 box. This isn't even Service Pack 3, this is Service Pack 2. That's how old this is. It's got the green background, got, you know, the typical taskbar at the bottom. Tells you a little bit of stuff up here. See if I can zoom in close enough you guys can see it. Help guard your privacy with Windows Firewall. Reduce unwanted ads with a built-in pop-up blogger. Monitor your security status with Windows Security Center. I'm so excited that they actually sold this. They actually sold this for $15, not $5, but still $15 for a boxed Windows XP Home Edition. That's crazy, and I'm pretty sure everything is in here too. I'm so glad they didn't look up, you know, how much this stuff is typically sold for. Now this is a steal right here. So it's version 2002, which would basically be, if this was Media Center Edition, it would be the first version of Windows Media Center, Windows XP Media Center Edition. This is the, let's look at the side here. So it actually has this on here. It says, for the best experience on Windows XP, look for products that carry this sticker on it. On the bottom here, you got your system requirements. I'll go ahead and slowly go through that. Alright. And on the back, we got a bunch of stuff on here. Reliable and easy to use. Get started fast. You guys can pause and look at it if you want to. This is really cool. Down here, Microsoft Plus Super Pack for Windows XP. Get Microsoft Plus Super Pack, the ultimate companion for Windows XP. I didn't know it was called Super Pack. I mean, I had no idea about that. Oh, interesting. So this is English, North American, but it was made in Puerto Rico. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and see what all it has to offer. In English, huh. I'll go ahead and pull everything out, set the box off to the side. Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition. Start here. You guys can pause to look at it. Yeah, well, there was that. And then you get a little card that comes with it. Now that you've installed Windows XP Home Edition, take a peek at our new look and feel. This is a tiny little pamphlet type thing. Interesting. Look how long that taskbar is, man. This is like a 16 by 10. You guys can pause to read. I know people on mobile can zoom in and stuff. It gives you a little bit of hotkeys over here on the bottom right, which is really cool. Flip on the back. Alright. And then you get another pamphlet, but this one is blue, so clearly it's probably just meant for any version of Windows XP that's boxed. The Discover Windows Marketplace. flip this over. Again, you guys can pause and look at it. Zoom in if you're on mobile. Flip it on the back. Interesting. I actually didn't know that this website existed. And last but not least, we have the little box thing, I guess you could call it. I'm not sure what to call this. Let's go ahead and flip it open. I know I'm going to be greeted with the product key, but it's no longer supported, so I'm allowed to put this on YouTube. Microsoft, you have no rights in order to sue me. Or to take my video down, you have no right to copyright me whatsoever. Let's go ahead and open this up. Immediately greeted with the product key, which is a very good thing. It's got 2004 on here. That's how old this is? I didn't know that. Why does it say 2002 on it? Not sure. There we go. So those papers that you saw, these papers are actually supposed to be inside this, but that's okay. It was better that way with the video. I miss when Microsoft did stuff like this. This is really, really, really cool. You're greeted with a little bit of stuff on here, and the disc itself. And welcome to Windows XP. It's got all the paperwork and stuff. Let's pull this out. And first, without actually looking at the disc, is this any damaged at all? It's got a little bit of fractures, scratches on it, but I think it'll be installable. Let's flip it over and look at this beautiful design. Oh man, it looks like it's a little bit damaged. I don't think it's supposed to do this right there, but still, look at how cool this is. All this effects and everything. Whoa. I can't show you guys this, but there's the reflection on the ceiling. I can literally make out like text on it too. It's like a projector. That's awesome. All these little words on there say Microsoft Windows XP on it. So it includes Service Pack 2. It says it's version 2002, copyright 2004. It's got a little bit of scratches on the front as well. So that's what happens whenever you buy used items. And yeah, that is Windows XP Home Edition. Slide that back in there. Nice. So now I'm missing just a few more Windows XP operating systems. I've got Professional and I've got Home Edition. I don't know if they have... I know they don't have like a retail version of Media Center. I'll go ahead and put these in there just in case they might get a little damaged. So yeah, if you guys would like me to make any like special videos on any of these, please do let me know down in the comments. I will make a video on pretty much any one of these. Maybe not the speaker or the keyboard. Maybe the monitor. I'm not too sure. There's not really much I could do with it. But I might can include those all in its own video. But if you guys would like to see me do any of these in a separate video, put it in the comments and whichever one you would like to see the most. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure to go down in the description and click on any of the links that are down there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Goodbye, guys.